Good morning, my beautiful friends. It's a bins day. You know what has been so cool lately is that many of you have written me comments or messages saying that now when you go to the bins, you find yourself saying, it's a bins day, which I just think is the best thing ever. We are really all so connected, and I'm glad that when you say it's a bins day, you're bringing a little bit of me along with you. It's just the best. Thank you so much. So yes, we are off to the Goodwill outlet bins, where I will pick through giant rolling blue bins of clothing and try and find really good stuff, good brands and things that sell well online. Someone's motorcycle is going by. Anyway, we're going to try and find some really great items that I can resell on eBay and Poshmark. I've been doing this for 13 years. On the side, as a side hustle. It's really fun, it's great money, and we're doing a great service to the world by saving some of this clothing from the landfills and passing it on to new homes. So I'll take you to the bins with me, we'll do a thrift haul, I'll put in all sorts of juicy clips during this video. I'm so happy you're here. Let's go to the bins. Good morning. Let's go do our first cart check-in. They have not rotated anything yet, nothing at all. So I'm just going through these initial bins. I have something very good in my hand though that I would like to show you. It's a men's brand I've only found once before. Here's my cart. I have some Biore in there. We all know how good that is. And the other exciting thing that happened today is my friend Jessica and I, you haven't met Jessica, she's not an on-film friend, but we found an entire collection of vintage 80s baby clothes. So that is going to be so fun to get into. What I'll probably do is lot it up, but just to give you an example, because I'm not going to go through all of it in a video. This is like an overalls or romper. Look at how vintage 80s this is. So I'll probably lot a bunch of it together. But where's that awesome thing that I found? Oh, is it going to be a little tricky to find it for you now? Oh, here it is. I think, yes. Yes, here it is. I've only found this once before. This is a tag to memorize. Imogen and Willie. Unfortunately, this is an extra small. I thought they just made men's, but I sold a t-shirt of theirs. They make these graphic tees. And I sold a t-shirt of theirs, had a tiger on it. It was stained. I couldn't get the stains out. Still sold for $40 so fast, and it had a ton of watchers. So that's a brand to keep your eye out for sure. Okay, I'm home from the bins. It's a couple hours later, but I had a little story that I forgot to share with you, a little bins drama. That all worked out okay in the end, but I went out to my car just to sit down for a minute and have a little snack. And I see a text come in from my friend Jessica, who was inside the bins. And she's like, Quenby, where are you? Somebody is going through your cart. And I was like, oh my God, what? So she comes out into the parking lot looking for me, and I run over and I'm like, what happened? She's like, someone's going through your cart. Now this has been happening. It happened to my friend Joni, and she actually had someone take stuff. So I have been putting a sheet over my cart, but I didn't today. I was just busy. I didn't think of it. So I go in and I see Jessica, and she's like, someone's going through your cart. I went up to the front desk and asked them to make an announcement saying, don't go through people's carts on the sides. I'm like, well, did they take anything? She's like, I don't know. So I went over to my cart. I went through, and you guys have seen my cart. Like, I can't tell if someone took something or not. So I looked through, I looked to make sure a couple of the good things I got were in there, but I didn't know. And I'm like, well, do you know who it was? So I can ask. And she points to this girl, young girl with like headphones on and big baggy pants. I'm like, okay, well. So a little while later, I saw the girl and I went up and I said, did you take anything out of that cart? And she's like, no, I was just looking through it because I didn't know. And I was like, oh, okay. No problem. Are you new here? She's like, yeah, I've never been here before. And I take a look at the girl. I'm like, oh my God, she's like a teenager. Like, she's probably 16. And I was like, no, I totally get it. At our bins, you have to leave your carts up against the side of the wall. You can't have them personally with you on the floor. So I'm like, that could happen to anybody. I understand. I just want to make sure nothing was taken out of it. She's like, no, I was looking through and then I realized maybe this isn't stuff I'm supposed to look through. So I ended up talking to her for a few minutes. Her mom had dropped her off. She lives like an hour away. Her mom had some appointment, so she dropped her off at the bins by herself. Poor thing, and then she gets in that situation. So this was fine. No one took anything. Sweet girl just made an honest mistake. And yet it's a reminder because it has happened to many people that people have taken stuff out of their cart. So I've got to put the sheet over. It made me so nervous, like, oh my God, did someone take stuff? Because that's the worst feeling. It's really hard to dig through, you guys, and find good stuff, and good stuff that's in decent shape. So the thought of someone taking stuff from my cart is like anxiety producing, but it all worked out in the end. Friends, welcome to the thrift haul portion of the video. We're going to go over everything that I got at the Goodwill outlet bins. Again, my bins is $3.49 a pound. Everything you're going to see in this haul was $100, and I think there might be a few linens and things that actually aren't in this haul because I've washed them. So you're going to see mostly what I got. I will do my best to describe items with keywords that you can use on your online listings. I'll talk about why I bought something. Was it because of style, brand, material? There are many different factors that go into my buying decisions. I've been reselling for 13 years on eBay, Poshmark a number of years. I've sold on Whatnot, Thredup, Etsy. I've sold on all the places. All that said, I also put all sorts of other juicy clips in this video throughout. This is a brand. I'm going to show you the tag. It's Empire, but it looks a certain way and is spelled a different way. This is like a skateboarding brand. It's vintage. I've sold it twice before. These are like baggy, relaxed, acid washed men's jean shorts. I've never had the shorts before, but I have sold the jeans before. I found them at the bins. And they both sold for $40 or more on Poshmark. And I put in my title, baggy, skateboarding, vintage, and they've sold really well. This is another men's item, and the brand is Super Dry, which is a pretty good brand. And these are like they're called the water polo swim trunks. They have a lot going on. I mean, these have a lot of flair to them, a lot of details that are more expensive to make, and I hope those sell well. Okay, you guys, I picked up another Orvis item. I talked about a women's Orvis item, a linen top, that I picked up a number of videos back, and I say I don't usually ever buy this brand, but this top is linen, and I like the style, and I got so many comments, and a lot of you said, oh, I love selling Orvis, so I actually looked it up. I googled Orvis, and they remind me a lot, their website reminds me a lot of like LL Bean or something. It's like outdoor comfort natural wear. So, and it's not cheap, it's a good price. So this is the brand Orvis. These are a size 14 and they're linen. So even though I'm not super confident with this brand yet because I haven't sold a lot of it, I got these because they're a good size, 14, and they're 100% linen blue women's pants. So they have a lot going for them besides brand. They've got size, style, and fabric, so maybe that'll help. Okay, I did find a lot of vintage this day. Not every day at the bins is like a home run. Last week at the bins, amazing. This week, pretty good. I got some great brands and things to show you, but it was a lot of work. It wasn't happening super easily. I stayed a little bit longer. I didn't buy as much, but there was a lot of good vintage. Oh my God, to me, this is so 80s. Look at this cool tag, Inner View. People often ask, how do you know if something's vintage? It's about the tags and the fabric on the tags. This is a cotton, oh my gosh, it so reminds me of like the bands and stuff in the 80s and 90s. Oversized kind of button blazer, kind of jacket. Look at the buttons in the back. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so fun to list. I'm not a huge vintage seller, but I definitely am doing a lot more of it now because at the bins I find a lot and I can look things up and educate myself and take some risks because it's so cheap. This is a really great brand, Marine Layer. They're like a sustainable, responsible, kind of eco-friendly brand. men's large t-shirt. Just a graphic tee. I do not have any idea what that graphic is. Maybe somebody can tell me. It's like some circles and I don't know. But this shirt feels really amazing, and they usually have cute little sayings on the tag. They say this is responsibly made by adults, so I guess they're not doing any. Want everyone to know they're not using child labor at Marine Layer. Okay, we have 15 minutes until the first rotation, so I'm going to try and do a little sorting and be a good reseller, because what I sometimes do is get about talking to everybody, and it's like I don't sort, and then I get stuck here because it takes me so long to sort. So I'm going to try and be good. I sometimes wander over here to the hard goods section and I look for handbags and belts. A lot of the sellers over here will grab all the handbags first, but then they'll throw them back because they are looking for something inside the handbag, not for the handbag itself. I'm always looking for genuine leather handbags and belts. I don't mess with anything faux leather. Has to be a really good brand, and they charge us the same by weight, $3.49 a pound for the bags, and I have found some good bags. So I'm going to take a quick peek, then maybe I'll do some sorting. Okay, I did exactly what I said I shouldn't do, which was go over there and chat with everyone and not do any sorting during my free few minutes. Oh, that's scary, whatever this person's little pile is. I'm kind of wimpy. I don't watch scary movies. I don't do anything. I'm wimpy. We're going to look this up because it's genuine leather, nice heavy hardware, nice tassel. Could be nothing, but if I see a genuine leather one and it looks nice, I'll look it up. This is the brand B. Makowski genuine leather. I smell it. So we'll look that up and then we'll get to sorting. This is a newer to me brand and it's been selling. A lot of you said you've never heard of it either. I think it's a boho art to wear lag and look type brand, Snapdragon and Twig. So I found a dress by them, similar dress. I think this one's better though, but very similar, sold for $25 really fast. This is the epitome of lag and look. If you were trying to learn what lag and look, layering look, artsy art teacher look is, this is it. It's an oversized kind of like balloon parachute style dress. It's got the pockets on it and it's the shape. You can just totally picture a really groovy art teacher wearing this with like a big chunky necklace and maybe some wide leg pants underneath. So this is kind of like my best selling niche, is the lag and look stuff. I don't know this brand, but this is the best top. I wish it was a little bigger so that I could keep it. It's gauze thin and it's extremely heavily embroidered. Kind of reminds me of like the handmade South American Mexican pieces, but this has got a modern tag on it. Raj, 100% cotton, made in India. But if I hold this up close, you can see just the level of heavy embroidery. And it's so thin, this little tunic, it's almost sheer like gauze. I just love that. I'm going to find this a great home by saying boho hippie embroidered tunic, gauze thin, and hopefully find a home for that. This is one of the best brands I found today. So I'm going to show you the tag up close and then we'll talk a little bit about it. There we go. I always trim anything like this off the tag so no one thinks there's anything wrong with the item. I've only found this once before. This was a tag to memorize. Imogen and Willie. Unfortunately, this is an extra small. I thought they just made men's, but I sold a t-shirt of theirs. They make these graphic tees, and I sold a t-shirt of theirs, had a tiger on it. It was stained. I couldn't get the stains out. Still sold for $40 so fast, and it had a ton of watchers, so that's a brand to keep your eye out for sure. Okay, this is like a lightweight puffer jacket, and the tag is what made me look it up. I have more research to do, but look at this tag. It says Olympic, and it's spelled differently, but then it says made in France. Made in France. Some of my best sales have been things that are made in France. I just sold a sheet, a single sheet, for $50 on Poshmark. I did not know the brand, but what it said was made in France. So I'm like, okay, I'll look this up. Made in France exclusively for Sport Import Inc. So I looked it up and I said, oh, this is an interesting brand. The comps for the brand look great. I couldn't find this exact jacket. And that's about as far as I got, because at the bins, things are moving so fast. I do not like it when I have to look stuff up because it just slows me down. But I'm like, okay, when I look at this brand and I look at sold comps, how's the brand selling? Okay, it's selling for this dollar amount. I'm going to take a chance on that. Oh gosh, I have some good brands in here. This is another marine layer. I'm so excited to have found 2 marine layers. A little bit different tag on this one. Another men's shirt, polo shirt, striped, needs to be steamed big time. So that's great. Okay. I found these are 2 antique baby dresses. This is different than the vintage ones. These are much, much older, and I just collect these. I put them in little baskets and things around my house. This one is precious. It is stained, but what I'll do is put them in the sink with some Dawn dish liquid and soak them. Oh my gosh, so fantastic. I just love that kind of stuff. But I do have a ton of the vintage. Let me see if I can pull it out now. I've talked before on my channel about these vintage baby blankets. If they have these like fun, cute graphics, sometimes they have cats or something. I sell those. And then I won't go through all of this. Okay, this whole thing is a pile, so I probably have 2 pounds here at least of vintage 1980s baby outfits. There was tons of it. My friend Jess was at the bin. She took some of it. We sorted. One thing to remember is that you have to check the elastic on vintage stuff like from the 80s and 90s, because sometimes the elastic gives out and those are no good. So some cute little pink overalls, and then this is the tag on this one. These might be 90s. If you see that the tag is almost like waxy, that's sometimes an indication that it's the 90s. But these all look more 80s to me. Oh my gosh, how cute. So if you grew up in the 80s or you just love that stage. Now this is a bolo, which is Oshkosh, bagosh. But it has to be specific. So I'm going to show you what I've learned. These are Oshkosh bagosh. This particular pair might be quite valuable. See the vest back here? But what we're looking for is that we go into the tag inside and we want it to say on the tag, made in the USA. When it says made in the USA, you put that in your listing and it is very valuable. Months back, I found several of these and I sold them. I think I have 1 pair left. But I hope to get around $40 or $50 for this pair of made in the USA Oshkosh. Even if you're not a kid seller, maybe you're at a yard sale or you're at the thrift store and there's nothing there and you flip through the kids and you're like, oh, Oshkosh, these look a little older. Let me check the tag. Quenby said made in the USA. I mean, you could walk out with something like this for a couple bucks that might sell for more, that will sell for more. Now, the thing about this is, you have to look at like the pattern and style too on these ones, because this has like little bunnies. This might just be a regular run-of-the-mill $40 pair, but some of the prints can go for a lot more. So just make sure to do your research. This just goes on and on with these little adorable things. I'm gonna have so much. This is my favorite one, so I'm gonna show it. It's like a little jumpsuit, and someone has sewn on here, it says sugar, spice, and everything nice. I just can't even. So that's going to be very fun for me. I will do a little bit of research, but what I'm probably going to end up doing is making lots and just trying to get like 20, 25 for the different lots I make. Oh, here's another one of the antique ones. This is much, much older than that. So anyway, oh, more 80s, more 80s. These are my... Friends, I'm interrupting your video because I am in my inventory storage area pulling some solds, and I sold some Ariat women's jeans in a size 31 long. Ooh, I love it when it's right on the top of the bin. That doesn't always happen. This is a good brand. In men's, women, kids, everything. It's mostly like Western wear. These sold for $29.99 on eBay. This top I already sold on Poshmark for $30. The brand on this is Willl. And any wool base layer top that you find is worth looking up, in my opinion, because most of it sells. I sold this North Face jacket for $30. This jacket was in such great shape. It's some sort of rain jacket. I looked up the style number. North Face is an expensive brand. The resale value on it really depends on the piece. But I got this at the bins and thought it was just so nice. Such good condition, I didn't want to leave it behind. We are looking for pants size small bin in my old school system. This is a pair of JADENS pants. Here they are here. Size small, the slim ankle. Kind of a stretchy pull-on pants. They sold for $18. I think that's good for a size small. Ooh, I just almost tipped myself over down here. Oh gosh. Anyhow, JADENS is a brand that I highly recommend picking up in the larger sizes. These were a good modern style, beautiful pants. I love JADENS, the brand. I own a lot of it myself. These are my son's pants. I've talked about this before. My son's 13. Some of you have watched him grow up on this channel. And he only will wear right now these Adidas silky pants. Well, I buy them on Amazon. They're $25 a piece. I usually order like 4 or 5 at a time. But I've been finding them at the bins, the same pants. So when I find them, I just grab them. Save mama a little money. This feels like a scuba material. These are Athleta size medium. These are, I'm gonna have to look these up. I still sell Athleta, you guys. Not for what I used to, but I still sell it. These are like fleece lined, like if you live in the cold climate. They're so soft inside, they're totally fleece lined. So that's good for the upcoming season. I have a big sweater by Pure Jill, size large. I like selling Pure Jill. I like selling J. Jill in the larger sizes. This has a cowl neck. There's a turtleneck, which would just be like straight and not as exaggerated. And this is a cowl neck. It's one of the item specifics on eBay under neckline. This is sort of a heathered red and gray. Nice sweater that somebody will want. This is made for Anthropologie. I thought it was going to be Free People. This one says right on it, made for Anthropologie, so that's great. And this is one of those thermal waffle knit. You can see I'm holding the knit up close. I always put thermal and waffle knit in my title. Nice lavender purple thermal waffle knit. Ooh, I've got a little Patagonia outerwear. Someone threw this to me, my friend Art. He doesn't sell kids. It's a large size 12 kids. Super nice. Now what I'm wondering about this feels very thin. Like it looks like a puffer, but it's extremely light. So I'm gonna have to kind of look into what this is about. Like has the puff gone out of the puffer? Or is it like originally like this? It's in such great shape. It's recycled poly insulation. This is quite a lightweight puffer, so I'll just make sure that it's not depuffed, if you will. I did pick up some dryer balls. That sounds so weird to say, but I bought an organic comforter at the bins. They charged me $5 for a blanket. And some of the feathers, down feathers, are like lumped up in certain areas. And I did a little research, and you can buy these wool dryer balls on Amazon for like $12, and apparently you put your stuff you want to refluff in with the balls. So I might do this in there. I have another down jacket. What you're really looking for with those is check the tag, you want the insulation to be down. That's where the most money is, okay? I got a little purse. I really like this particular one. What brand do you guys think this is? Because it surprised me. Little tassel. It looks more like contemporary boho, but it's the sack. I buy these sack bags if they're in good shape. They sell for $20, $25. But this one is just so cool looking for the sack. I like them to be really clean. Like, I don't want to have to do a ton of work on a bag I'm only getting 25 bucks for. If it's a really nice bag, I will clean that thing out and everything. But that's a pretty good one. Let's have our little water cooler moment because I feel like my mouth is dry. Okay, friends, let's gather around the water cooler as friends and colleagues and have a little chit-chatty. Sometimes I do personal stuff. Sometimes I do a little reselling stuff that I'm thinking about or is on my mind. I'll do a combo one for today's water cooler. I did not get my listings done this weekend. I did not. I've shared on this channel that I list 10 items a day, every day. And last year I was doing that. And I had my very best reselling year last year. And this year I'm having a good reselling year, but I'm not listing every single day. I'm listing the majority of the days. Where before I was like listing no matter what. Like if I got home and I was like, I didn't get my listings in, it was 10 p.m., I was getting those listings in. I haven't been quite as disciplined. I'm just being transparent with you. It's quite a lot to do. It really is. And I wanted to see if I could do it last year, and I did it. And let me tell you something. It made a huge difference in my sales. Listing consistently every day made a huge difference in my sale, which is different than listing 10 items one day, 25 the other day, not listing for a few days, listing 10, listing 5, not listing. And some people do it that way by choice because they want the freedom, and I say all power to you. But for me, I know from my personal lived experience, if I list every day consistently, that I make more money. So it'll be interesting to look at my numbers next time I do a little time on my taxes. I went to a Barbie themed kid's birthday party this weekend, and we ended up there like all day on Saturday. I thought it would be an hour or two, but we were having such a good time. It was outdoor in a park, and there was a Barbie theme, and everything was pink and adorable, and there was friends there, so I ended up like, this is what I'm doing today. I didn't get home till like 6 p.m. And I was like, yeah, no, I've worn myself out. I'm an introvert who is extroverted for hours. I'm not getting my listings in today. Are you a team I list every day no matter what? Where are you at with it yourself? Here's what happens when they're about to do another rotation. I'll go down so I don't film anyone's head for privacy, but everybody lines up and I should be over there, so that's where I'm going. All right, I'm doing a brief educational moment for my newer reseller friends. Why did I pick these brown pants up? They look pretty simple, but I looked at the tag. Nice tag, and see how it says 38? That's European sizing. That's often an indication of quality. I'm looking to see if these are real leather because I just checked comps, and comps are really good. Let's smell them. Smells like leather. I think these are genuine leather pull-on pants by a good brand, so nice find. Moving right along, we've got some more good stuff. We have some cool, this is a really good brand, KUHL. It's embroidered on that pocket, KUHL. They're an outdoor hiking, camping brand. They're quite expensive. I've sold men's, women's, kids. This one is a women's 8. Kind of a pull-on, looks like a jegging. I wouldn't expect that from cool, but it's like a pull-on athletic pant. Here's some more really cool vintage. Let me know in the comments. Did you have a pair of these Z Cavaricci pants, baby? I did. When I saw these, I was like, OMG. And I wasn't going to get them because they're stained and they're going to require stain treating. But I checked the comps and I'm like, oh, these are selling for $50, $60. So I'm going to get them and try and stain treat them. Okay. Here's one of my best finds. Actually, this is really great brands. I maybe didn't get as much, but I'm really happy with the stuff I got. This is a big brand to be on the lookout for. It's Vuori. I'm going to unfurl this tag so I can show you. This is a very hot selling brand right now. It does better than Lululemon for me. It does better than all these. Cool. I'm having a very hard time. Do you see it there? Vuori. These are Size large, is that right? Women's large, the rise, the shine. All right, more, these don't look large to me, so I don't know, we'll see. No, maybe they do. I always put measurements in my listing. I shared with you recently that I now take photos of the tape measure on my item, and I put the photos themselves with the tape measure into my listing. What are you? Some type of boho skirt, which I'll probably like if I can figure out how it works. Oh no, it's a dress. Oh, that's sweet. A nice little boho-y dress, great print, little ruffle hem kind of. Style & Co. size medium. Style & Co. sold at Macy's. I do very well with their peasant tops. Their peasant tops do the best for me, so I figure, well, why don't I try a peasant dress and see how that does. This is a great find. It's Free People, and it's a large. That's always great. Here's one of 64 million thousand tags that Free People has that we have to learn them all. Free People size large. It's much harder for me to find in large sizes, so I'm always happy when I do. If you can find like an XL, that's almost like a bolo, like it's going to sell. So this is one of their very popular thermal waffle knits, but look at the sleeve or cuff. So what I need to do is figure out which cuff this is. They all have different names, so I'll take a picture of it. Sometimes the cuff has like embroidery, or the fancy cuffs, they all have a name, like the Kyoto cuff, the Fair Isle cuff. So I need to figure out which one it is, because some of them do better than others. I have some Patagonia Capeline. Am I excited to find Patagonia? Absolutely I am. These are Capeline. This is like their base layer long johns, which, you know what, someone's gonna want these moving into fall and winter, but it's not huge money for those, $20-25. This is a quarter zip, women's quarter zip, and a nice pretty lavender. It has little fuzzies on it. There's no stains. I don't know why there's so many fuzzies, like they didn't clean out the lint in the dryer. That's what it looks like, but it'll come right off with one of those lint rolls. This is REI Co-op. I'm pointing out that it says Co-op underneath REI. That's their newer line. It's more eco-friendly. It sells better. So if you see the Co-op, maybe look it up, because it does better than regular REI. I took a chance on these because I think they are so cool. They're these, I love doing that. They're these nylon-y outdoor pants that people wear, but they're in such a cool color. I don't know what they look pretty orange when I'm looking at them on the screen right now, but they're really like a mustardy orange, and they're by Standard Cloth. So I had to look this up because I'm like, these are such nice pants. What I learned is that Standard/Cloth, which is what it says on that tag, is sold at Urban Outfitters. So these are like Urban Outfitters. Some of it looked like it was going for good money, like jackets and stuff. This is a sad find. I thought it was worth showing you. This is a scarf. I pick up a lot of scarves and I sell a lot of scarves. They're lightweight, easy to list and ship. This one's Ann Taylor and it's 100% wool, so I would have picked it up, but I just found holes in it. Really beautiful pashmina, but there's a hole right there, so that one's going back. Also in my throwback pile are these pants I told you about that are amazing. They have a big hole in the crotch. And then this is Spanx, which I pick up a lot of Spanx stuff, and this must be like swimwear, so maybe it's like hold you in swimwear, but it's all stained on the front, so that's all going back. I'm finding a lot of vintage today, which is super fun, you guys. The thing with vintage, a lot of it's in bad shape, but I've got to show you these Z Cavaricis, because I had these in the 90s. Do you remember these super high rise with the fold over cross waist Z Cavarici? I'm gonna look these up, but these have a lot of staining. But if they're worth, you know, 40 bucks or something, I'll deal with it, but otherwise I'm gonna put them back. But do you remember these? Let me know in the comments if this was your time. This is a really pretty print on this. Talbot size XL. I love selling Talbots in larger sizes. This is a really pretty white button down with like a green print, really pretty. That'd be great for work. I have some velvet. Oh, these J. Crew velvet blazers. This is an older piece, you can tell by the tag, but in terms of blazers, the J. Crew velvet blazers tend to do pretty good. This is beautiful blue color, kind of like a teal, Beautiful lining, size 8 women's blazer. This is so pretty. This has been very, very popular. I'm filming this in September 2024. And these slips, slip tops, slip dresses, people wearing slip nightgowns as tops, the young girls. This is E by Eloise, which is an Anthropologie brand. I see that E, I just know from experience that that stands for Eloise. I wonder if it says it anywhere on here. Like, oh, it does on the back. So I'm like, if you're new, you just have to memorize that fancy E. But on the back, on this one, it does say by Eloise. So, really pretty. So pretty. We've got some jeans. Who are you? Oh, I bought these because of the style. These are the high-rise straight. Very popular right now. Wide leg straight. High-rise wide leg cropped. High-rise straight. J. Crew high-rise straight in a 31, so that's a good size. Button fly women's jeans that are not buttoned. Can't wait to steam them and make them look so good in my photos. So that's like a style base, like I know that style's doing well. This is a surprise. Look at this retro looking tank top. Like this to me is like so 70s, but this is Pilcrow, Anthropologie Pilcrow. Size medium. I am definitely using retro. Because this is very vintage inspired look tank top. That rib knit in that color, it's funny. We're getting down to it. I don't know anything about this piece. I just like it so much. And hopefully this is a good decision. Now, if you're a new reseller and you're just learning brands and styles and you don't have a huge budget, let's say, because you're just trying to get your business off the ground, do not do this. Do not say, I just liked this piece, so I picked it up. That's not really smart. Like, if you really want to know, look up the item, check sold comps, not what people are selling it for, but to what has sold. Toggle it over to sold in your search and see. Okay, don't take risks. This is the coolest thing in my opinion. It's white sweater knit, like a cardigan, and then the back, this is all crochet lace. The brand is, I think it says Alaris. There's a chance it could say Alario. If you've ever heard of it, let us know your experience. Size XL too. I just think this thing's amazing. If I realize this is like a brand nobody's ever heard of, I will wear this. I will put a top underneath and I will rock this. I think that is gorgeous. So these are for me, just some pink. My friend Jess, you haven't seen her because I didn't meet her from YouTube. I met her at the bins and then I kept seeing her everywhere. Have you ever had that? Okay, I met her at the bins. And she's not even a reseller. She just loves to thrift. She loves vintage stuff. And we started talking at the bins, and then I bumped into her at a couple other places. I'm like, this is weird. We need to be friends. So now we're friends. She's going through my cart. Anything good in here? What should we look? She's like, what? Are these for you? I'm like, yes. And we have this joke about how we just sleep in these shorts and our oversized band tees, even though I'm sure our husbands, boyfriends, partners would prefer us to sleep in this. But it's not happening over here. Maybe for a special occasion. Oh, I think I got these for my son too. Another pair of silky pants. Saving mama, 25 bucks a pop. I love it. We're getting down to it in here. We've got an Athleta skirt. This feels amazing. It's one of these fold over ones. So there's the Athleta little star. Flower, whatever it is. It's just a fold over skirt. Doesn't have shorts built in or anything. It's a size medium. This thing feels amazing. Like this is definitely a stretchy, maybe there's modal in there or something. Really, really nice, comfy, stretchy fit. And we are finishing off with, ooh, I looked this up. This is such a cool piece. Again, boho-y, artsy, art to wear, lagging look. Kind of a cardigan, slouchy comfort, olive green, and it's murmur or mur. M-U-R, size large, looks like another artsy cool brand like that. So, I'm actually quite thrilled with that haul. When I was coming to record, I'm like, oh yeah, last time I went to the bins, it wasn't like the best bins day, but You wouldn't know it because I think these are really good brands and pieces. I'm very happy with it. All for $100. I have a huge pile of stuff. Thank you. I know not all of you have a bin, so I do not take it for granted. I'm shopping for you. I'm sharing it with you so you can vicariously shop the bins with me if you don't have one. Thank you for being here. This channel would be nothing without you. I know that. Please leave me a comment. Give the video a thumbs up on the way out. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time. So, this is quite a light general what? No. This is Athleta again, and it has little fuzzies on it. Oh no, I lied. This is not Athleta. I lie. I just lied right to you. There's so many different reasons to buy something, and what? Alaris. What? Hey, you, camera. I was in the middle of doing my exit outro, and it cut me off. Scratch that.